Welcome to the Race Guides Melbourne Cup Preview for 2017. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here to take you through each run of this year's great cup. Mike, it's a great field. It's the race that stops the nation. Everyone's going to be telling you what their bet is this year. We've got to make it a little bit easier for the punters.
Yeah, the bookies absolutely love this race. Don't know they make a mozza every single year. On paper, this race looks so hard. We're going to try and help the punters out, try and find a winner.
Let's do that. Well, horse number 1 is Hartnell, the 7-year-old son of Authorised, going around at $26 in this year's cup. His last run was 9th of 11 in the Caulfield Stakes. And Mike Sheikh Mohammed, he wants to win this race more than any race on the planet, I think.
Yeah, he's desperate to win this race, but will this horse win? Look, his 2,000 metre form of late is not strong enough. He's been found out over 3,200 metres before. It's hard to like him, isn't it, Stu?
It is a bit. Third last year. Let's see if he can go any better this year.
Yeah, tough to like.
Horse number 2 is Al Mandan, the 8-year-old son of Monson, going around at $9. And his last run, well, he was 4th of 10th in the Group 3 Bart Cummings to Amelie Star. And Mike, last year's winner, this was just such a good win. Surely he's good enough to just go around and do it again. And Frankie's on.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Heartbreak City, he wins by 4 or 5 lengths, doesn't he? Frankie's desperate to win the race. His win 2 starts ago was enormous.
Massive.
He's right in this race up to his ears, isn't he?
He sure is. He'll be going around one of the favourites for this year's Cup. Horse number 3 is Humidor at $10, the 5-year-old son of Teofilo. Last start, who can forget? 2nd of 8 to Winks in the Group 1 Cox Plate. And Mike, what a ride from Blake Shin that day. Very quiet, and that was Winks form. That could be good enough for the Cup as well.
It's the best form in the globe, Winks form. 2,000 metre Group 1 Winks form. You're kidding. He just wins the Cup, doesn't he? But he's such a risky horse. He lays in. Can he stay 2 miles, given he's not so genuine? Just so risky.
Plenty of questions there for one of the favourites.
Yeah, really risky horse.
Horse number 4 is Tiberian, the 6-year-old son of Tiberius Caesar, going around at $31. Form here, 1st of 7 in a Group 2 at Deauville in France. And Mike, Thoroughbred Bloodstock, they've had a bit of luck in this race. They had Jacobry a couple of years ago, and who could forget Heartbreak City just about getting there last year.
Yeah, I was on him last year, so close. Look, the talismanic form from a few starts ago is incredibly strong compared to the rest of these runners in this race. He's won his last 2 starts. He was found out 3 starts ago in a Group 1. But overall, he's a big, powerful, strong type that should like the firm Australian conditions. He's in this race.
All right in there, the Frenchie. Horse number 5 is Mellow, the 5-year-old son of Duke of Marmalade. $8.50 favourite for this year's Cup. And a big run, 6 of 17 in the Caulfield Cup to Boom Time. And Mike, that was a really big flashing light run in the Caulfield Cup, wasn't it? And it's Huey Bowman on for Huey Morrison.
Yeah, what a great Aussie jockey. He's one of the best, isn't he? And everyone saw that run in the Caulfield Cup against the bias out wide. How good was that run? We'll find out on Tuesday. Look, the form ratings from the UK are just around the rest. He was beaten by Talismanic a few starts ago. He's in the mix.
Horse number 6 is Red Cardinal, the 6-year-old son of Monsieur, going around at $19 this year. 5th of 10 to Mellow in the Group 2 at Deauville. And Mike, a couple of great combinations here. Andreas Waller, an Australian bloodstock. They know how to produce a winner in Protectionist a couple of years ago. And that man, Kerrin McAvoy, he's looking for his 3rd Cup.
Yeah, that was a winner. I did find Protectionist. What a great win. What a great stay. This horse as well, unbeaten at the 2 miles.
Yeah.
A proper stayer, smashes the line. He was beaten last start, but his form before that at Belmont in the States was amazing. He's run this race as well. He's one of the key chances, we think.
All right, another one in it. Horse number 7 is Johannes, the 5-year-old son of Galileo, going around at $10 in the Cup. 3rd of 17 in the Group 1 Caulfield Cup behind Boom Time. And Mike, since he's been in this country, he's absolutely loved it, running well in his 2 races here.
Yeah, both fantastic starts at Caulfield, hitting the line pretty well over 2,000 and 2,400 metres. The last start in the UK would have been good to see him running past Spanish Steps over 2,400. And he did have the bias in his favour last start at Caulfield, still to be proven at 2 miles.
Horse number 8 is Bondi Beach, the 6-year-old son of Galileo, at the big odds of $61 this year. 11th of 13 to Al Mandan in the listed JRA trophy. And Mike, we've seen a bit of Bondi Beach, but this horse is out of form for mine this year.
Yeah, the UK form was much better. Looking at the race guide in front of me, 11 lengths to Al Mandan last start. Drifting in the market, no thanks.
All right, a big no there for Bondi Beach. Horse number 9 is Max Dynamite, the 8-year-old son of Great Journey, at $15 for Willie Mullins. First in a handicap at Kilcarney. Mike, this horse, he's had 4 runs in the last 2 years. How is that a Melbourne Cup preparation?
Well, they're only interested in one race, aren't they? The Melbourne Cup, after they almost won it, after they knocked a few runners over a couple of years ago. Look, his last run was such an arrogant win, but it was in like a really low-grade race, heavyweight race, and his form before that was awful. He's looking wintry in the coat. He's not one for us.
Horse number 10 is Ventura Storm, the 5-year-old son of Zoffany at $34. This horse 13th of 17 in that Group 1 Caulfield Cup behind Boom Time. And Mike, a few excuses there, a little bit of a hoof abscess, but G-Boss on could change the tone here.
Yeah, he's a serious horse. He's got Group 1 form in Italy. He won a Group 1. That ties him into some of this other UK form. His Flemington form's fantastic. His Caulfield form's not. The Melbourne Cup's run at Flemington. He could surprise.
Horse number 12 is Wicklow Brave, the 9-year-old son of Beat Hollow at the big odds of $51. 12th of 17 in that Caulfield Cup behind Boom Time. And Mike, 22nd last year. I feel this could just be the third stringer for Willie Mullins' crew.
Yeah, he might be. He might be the one that was brought here hoping for the heavens to open, but it's cool in Melbourne. The rain hasn't come, and he's probably 3 or 4 lengths below the other ones.
Number 13 is Big Duke, the 5-year-old son of Ravens Pass, going around at $19. And this horse, Mike, 4th of 7th to Who Shot the Barman in the Group 2 Moonee Valley Cup. And look, a slow and steady prep for Darren Weir. It's looking a little bit sneaky, Big Duke.
Yeah, he's around the mark. He's such a consistent horse, so he's so likeable. But because he's so consistent, we know what he's going to do on Tuesday. We think he hasn't put in a performance in his career yet that'll win a Melbourne Cup. He could place. Not sure about winning.
Horse number 14 is US Army Ranger, the 5-year-old son of Galileo, going around at $61 here. 6th of 6 in the Group 3 Enterprise Stakes at Leopardstown. And Mike, the son of Ballydoyle trainer, this is Joseph O'Brien's chance to really get on the main stage in Australia.
Yeah, it'd be a big win for that trainer, wouldn't it? The son of the great trainer himself. And this horse is a real grinder, Stu. He stays on all day. He's got 4,000 metre plus form. He could surprise if he gets a decent run, but on a firm track, it's hard to like him.
All right. Horse number 15 is Boom Time, the 6-year-old son of Flying Spur. Who can forget this leader? Won the Caulfield Cup at the big odds of 50-1. It's not going to be that on Tuesday, $26. And I reckon a lot of those punters that had him in the Caulfield Cup will be coming back for more in Melbourne.
Well, I had a few dollars on him, surprisingly. I can't believe I did. But yeah, he's a horse that's underrated. He could like a firm track over 3,200 metres. But he's one of those Australian horses that's around the mark. He had the bias in his favour at the Caulfield Cup. Place chance once again. Hard to see him winning.
Horse number 16 is Gallant, the 7-year-old son of Monsieur. $101 here, the rank outsider of the field, 7th of 12th in the Group 3 Geelong Cup. This horse, Mike, he just loves the wet, and he's not going to get that on Tuesday.
Yeah, we profiled him as a horse, a light lean type that loves the Randwick sticky track. It's not going to be a Randwick sticky track on Tuesday, will it? A firm Flemington track, not his go at all.
Horse number 17 is LeBron, the 7-year-old son of Lawman, going around at $41. 2nd of 7 in the Group 2 Moonee Valley Cup, Mike, and a lot of form from LeBron around all these Sydney stayers.
Yeah, it's so important to know that, isn't it? He's probably underrated. He's probably got ratings around Big Duke and Boom Time. He's not far off the mark, really. And if you like one at 50 or 60-1, why not him?
Horse number 18 is Nikita, the 7-year-old son of 60s icon, going around at $34. This horse won the Ebor at York, and Mike, the first Scottish-trained horse to hit the shores for the Melbourne Cup. Good on him.
Really excited to see a Scottish horse here. It could be anywhere next year, couldn't it? But look, this horse has only 2 wins from 20 starts according to the race guide, and it was a strong tempo in the Ebor. The form proved okay last year from that race, but on that firm track in Australia might be a risk for a Scot.
Okay, the Scots are here. Horse number 19 is Single Gaze, the 5-year-old daughter of Not a Single Doubt at $41 in this cup. And look, Mike, 2nd of 17 in the Caulfield Cup behind Boom Time. This horse is going to be holding all the nation's capital's hopes down in Canberra. What a horse she is.
Yeah, great to have her in the Melbourne Cup. Canberra will be cheering. She may get a place because she's so tough, but she's not bred to say the 2 miles. And yeah, don't think she'll win on Tuesday.
Horse number 20 is Wall of Fire, the 5-year-old son of Camford Cliffs, going around at $13. 2nd in the Group 2, Herbert Power, and Mike Craig Williams. He had the pick of a couple in the race, and he's gone with the Wall of Fire. Yeah,
the Herbert Power form proved pretty strong, didn't it? That second last start might prove to be good. Look, he's a really tough chaser that's really consistent. His last 2 starts have been good, but his form before that wasn't good enough to win the Melbourne Cup. Maybe another one for a place chance, maybe each way at best.
Horse number 21 is Thomas Hobson, the 8-year-old son of Hauling at $16 for the Cup. 2nd in the Doncaster Cup at Doncaster in the UK. And Mike, some of these punters, they've been sweating waiting for this horse to get a run, but he got the run and he's in the Cup.
Yeah, I think a few people must be on him because he's short the market already, isn't he? He was exposed too early 2 starts ago. His form from last start ties him into most of this UK form. He's got a light weight. He can stay all day. He's another one at odds.
Horse number 22 is Rekindling, the 4-year-old son of High Chaparral at $12 here, right in the market. Fourth in the Group 1 St Ledger at Doncaster. And Mike, this horse was purchased by Lloyd Williams as a foal, and he's down on 51.5 kilos.
Yeah, purchased by Lloyd Williams all those years ago for one race. It's got to be for the Cup. That lead-up run in Group 1 form is as good as you can possibly get. The form ratings are fantastic out of that. He can stay. He's just whether or not the young horse is ready for this race, but he's definitely good enough.
Horse number 23 is Amelie's Star, the 6-year-old daughter of Testarossa, going around at $17. 11th in the Group 1 Caulfield Cup behind Boom Time. Mike, that was a huge run in the Bart Cummings. Lightweight hope, Dean Yendall. He had the Group 1 with Scholes on the weekend. He's a good go-to.
Yeah, he's a great jockey down that lightweight. And look, she was pretty off in the Caulfield Cup, wasn't she? She didn't do much. Her form at Flemington is exceptional, like Ventura Storm. Like we said before, the Melbourne Cups at Flemington, she could surprise as well.
Horse number 24 is Suze Montaigne, the 5-year-old son of High Chaparral at $51 here, winning the Group 3 Lexus Stakes on Saturday, and we know what that means. That's the last chance saloon into the Cup, and we can't have a Cup without Gay.
No, we can't have a Cup without that trainer, and obviously Adrian Bott's doing so well with her as well. He's a lower grade stayer, he's an on-pacer that will be right in the mix, giving you a big shout if you've got a place bet. But can he hang on over the last 2 furlongs? Look, the quality's not there for him, I don't think.
Well, there's a look at the 23 runners for the Melbourne Cup. Mike, hours of analysis have gone into this. I'm still pretty puzzled. Let's figure it out.
Well, there's a reason why I'm puzzled. This race is really evenly matched, isn't it? There's so many horses with similar form ratings. It ties in through the Caulfield Cup in Australia now.
Yep.
So hard to pick. For the winners, we're looking for the horses with improvement, with X factors that we think can improve and beat the rest of those similar form lines. We think there's 4 win bets in the race. We think Almandon is running from 2 starts ago. That was enormous, wasn't it?
Massive, yeah.
Absolutely smashed them 2 starts ago. He produces that all last year's win. He just wins. We think the French horse Tiberian, can't believe he's 30-1. Maybe there's something wrong with him. Maybe look at the market before the race. Big, powerful type. He'll love the firm track at Flemington. Red Cardinal, maybe sack his last run. His form before that in America was unbelievable. And Rekindling, the young horse down the bottom, that's the 4th horse we like. Back them all to win.
All right, love there for the internationals. And last, Melbourne Cup winner, Almandon. It's going to be a bumper edition of the Race Guide online at theraceguide.com.au. Every runner's profile there, as you've just heard. Have a great Melbourne Cup day and good luck on the punt.